Let's make kimchi. Fermentation is a metabolic process that uses sugar. It also occurs without the presence of oxygen. In a sealed container, we are promoting this fermentation-like metabolic process. But who really does the fermentation? It is the lactic acid. This bacteria takes sugar and converts it into an energy and lactic acid. Lactic acid is important, for it kills any bad bacteria or harmful bacteria that may grow within the kimchi. Secondly, lactic acid makes the kimchi sour. The acid in it acts on our taste buds just like the acid in lemon juice does. Kimchi is, in essence, the living history of Korean foods, emerged from time when survival during the coldest day of winter was their main priority. It was the art of fermentation, a preservation of food using salt that Koreans have been using for centuries since they first started using agriculture to sustain. Over many centuries, the dish adapted to changing situations and was enriched with all kinds of ingredients. In Korean culture, kimchi is a side dish that is made from different vegetables and is served with almost every meal including breakfast. It is also used as an additional ingredient in many dishes that gives more velvety taste or flavor. Since it is a fermented food, it possesses numerous probiotics that gives the food several health benefits such as regulating the body's immune system, promoting weight loss, fighting inflammation, and even slowing the aging process. So now we are ready to make our kimchi. But first, we need a knife, cutting board, large bowl, colander. Now for the ingredients, we need napa cabbage, scallions, sugar, salt, soy sauce, Korean red pepper, ginger, and garlic, and large jars. The first step is to cut the cabbage, first into 4 quarters lengthwise and then 1 to 2 inches strips crosswise. Wet the cabbage and coat it with salt. Using gloves, mix the non-iodized salt to the cabbage until well mixed. The salt draws out the liquid in the cabbage cells, causing it to lose its firmness by osmosis. Finally, add enough water to cover the top of the cabbage. Then use the plate to cover. Let it sit for at least 1 hour. Now, cut the radish into 2-inch long matchsticks until it fills at least 1 cup. Then cut the green onions into 1-inch long pieces. Then finally mince the red onion, ginger, and garlic and add them to a mixing bowl. In a medium saucepan, combine the water and sweet rice flour. Mix well and let it cook over medium heat for over 10 minutes until the mixture is bubbly. Add sugar and cook for another minute, stirring constantly. Remove the base from heat. Pour it into a large mixing bowl and let it cool completely. Then, pour the gochujang. Now the salt is washed off the cabbage and the vegetables, fresh salt, sugar, and spices are added to enhance the flavor of the kimchi. Finally, add the seasoning paste and mix everything very well until the cabbage is well coated. The mixture of cabbage and other ingredients starts to change due to the activity of microorganisms all carried in different ingredients. One of the most important organisms for unique flavors of kimchi is Lactobacillus plantarum. With this organism present in the cabbage, fermentation is made possible. Lactobacillus grows best in anaerobic conditions. Thus, the kimchi is fermented in a closed container to keep out air. The final step in the process of fermentation is where the kimchi gives its unique flavor. Once you have mixed everything, get a clean jar with a sealable lid. Pack the mixture into the jar, leaving just 1 inch at the top. It is very important to pack the kimchi down so that the brine submerges all the vegetables. Once all of this has been completed, put the lid on the jar. Let the kimchi sit about 65 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 to 5 days to ferment. Check each day to pack the cabbage down. Check for air bubbles and taste it to see if it's fermented to your liking.
Besides lactic acid, carbon dioxide is also a product of the lab. Carbon dioxide adds a fizzy kick to the taste of kimchi.
With fermentation, there is a possibility of creating a small amount of alcohol in the process, but it vapors away or turns into vinegar in time. In the end, there is no alcohol in kimchi.
Kimchi, like all fermented foods, has a lot of science behind it. Changing any variable, the temperature, the time, the ingredients, can have a major impact in the outcome of the end product. So if you decide to take kimchi, consider yourself a chef, but also a scientist.
That's it for this episode of our fermented food, kimchi. Kimchi you next time!